Happy Friday, Vikings! Welcome back to another episode of VNN. I'm Tracy Smith.
And I'm Oliver Garamone. It's Friday, October 11th, and we have some great stories for you this week. So let's get started.
Hopefully you're in the stands last Friday night as our football team crushed Cardinal Mooney.
Our team is now headed into tonight's game, 6-0.
For more on our football team and other sports news, here's Anthony Bethune with our Viking Sports Report.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Anthony Bethune, and here's your weekly sports report. Let's start with football. Last Friday, we took on Cardinal Mooney. It was a great game with a 58-14 win. Football is now 6-0. Let's go, Vikings. Now to volleyball. The girls played SFCA on Monday. They won 3-0. They also had senior night on Thursday. The team played Community School of Naples. They played a very hard-fought match, but they weren't able to overcome the Seahawks. Our swim and dive team also had a big meet in Naples. Both the boys and the girls came back home with the win. Great job to our swimmers and divers. Later this week, our varsity volleyball team will have a game on Tuesday and Thursday. Tuesday, they take on Seacrest County Country Day School. Thursday is against First Baptist. Good luck, ladies. Next to bowling, our team will play on Thursday. They will take on Northfield Myers. Finally, the varsity football team has a game against American Heritage. Kickoff is at 7. I also talked to Derek Gum about this week's game.
I'm here with Derek. How you doing today?
I'm doing great.
All right, now obviously we're 5-0 this year. What do you think makes this season different from last year's season?
Just the team chemistry. Like we have what it takes to bond together, be as one, and like we're just going out there playing for each other. That's like one of the major differences since last year. We're playing separate. Now we're playing for each other, and we're just gonna go out there and be a better team.
Yeah. We have a rivalry game against Cardinal Mooney. How do you think you guys are gonna do this year?
We're gonna fare really well. I think we're gonna beat them. It should be a blowout, hopefully.
Hopefully. Now, what are your goals for this year?
My own goals this year is to get just to be there for the team and just get a lot of tackles. Hopefully, make a difference on the field.
Now, one last question. How well do you think this team is going to end up?
I feel like we're gonna end up really well. We're gonna go pretty far in this football season. Hopefully, all the way to states.
That's all for your sports news for today. I'm Anthony Bethune. Back to Tracy and Oliver.
Thanks, Anthony.
Well, Oliver, we know our football team has been putting in work, but there's another team on campus that has been practicing diligently.
That's right. Our girls' basketball team has been conditioning and recruiting new members.
Nicole and Alyssa take us behind the scenes with the team.
I've been playing basketball for 6 years. I just started playing because of my grandpa. He introduced it to me, and then I was really good at it, so I just kept going and then started to love it after that. My motto is perfect practice makes perfect. I was in 8th grade and I started playing travel ball and got exposure from my travel team because we had college coaches come watch our games, and I got my first offer in 8th grade from Illinois. So after that, after you get like your first offer, more schools are interested now that they see that you have one offer. I committed to Missouri. It was the family and the culture. The coaching staff is like unbelievable. They really care about you. They care more about you than they don't care about just basketball. They care about like your family, your life. They're always checking up on you and stuff. They should join because we're gonna have a really good team this year. We're gonna get a lot of wins and it's gonna be a fun season. Until practices start, we just have open gyms. They're optional to come to, but if you come to open gyms, you're gonna know more about what's going on. You'll get to know the team better. This year, I think it's gonna be a building year for us, but the next few years, I think we're gonna bring a lot of players in and we're gonna be really competitive.
If you are interested in joining girls' basketball, talk to our athletic director, Mr. Baumgartner.
Now it's time to check in with Mark for a weekly rewind.
What's up, Vikings? I'm Mark Tegler, and let's take a look back at what happened this week at Vero. Today marked the end of the first quarter. We hope everyone got the grades they hoped for. If you didn't, talk to your teachers or guidance counselor on ways you can improve your grades this next quarter. Over the weekend, our stream team attended the Village School Blind Challenge event. In this event, students had to create and code an educational video game. The team took home 3rd place at the competition. This week, we welcomed 8th graders from St. Michael's. They got to ask questions about life in high school. The students also had a tour of Vero. I'm Mark Taggs with your weekly rewind. Now let's go back to Oliver and Tracy.
Thanks, Mark. It's always great to have a recap of what happened each week.
Now let's get a look at what's coming up at Vero. Here's Crystal Gomez.
What's up, Vikings? I'm Crystal Gomez, and this is what's coming up on Weekly Fast Forward. On October 14th, which is this coming up Monday, we'll have no school due to Teacher Service Day. It's also the start of the second quarter. PSAT testing starts on Wednesdays for juniors, sophomores, and freshmen. Seniors will not have school that day. As well, be sure to also eat a good breakfast and have all your testing materials for that day. Well, that's all for this short week on Weekly Fast Forward. I'm Crystal Gomez, and have a great rest of your day, Vikings. Now back to Tracy and Oliver.
Thanks, Crystal.
If you've cruised the parking lot, you've probably noticed we have some pretty cool cars here at Vero.
Christian and Evan head over to the parking lot to check out some of Vero's hottest whips.
Lazy Boy Productions.
Hi, I'm Jack, and I drive a 2011 Ford F-150, lifted 6 inches on 35. When I first got my truck is when I was 16, and I was really excited that my parents got it for me. I like driving my truck because it's loud and big and makes me feel happy. The next thing I want to do to my truck is probably get wider rims so I can have more stance on it.
So my truck really guzzles gas, so for my next purchase I'm thinking either a Prius or I'm working on an oil field to save up my money for as well.
Yeah, I've pretty much done everything I want to this truck, so I'm saving up my money for my Prius, putting the lift kit on that.
What is an oil field, you may ask, and what does it do? An oil field will give me gas, free gas if I save up my money to start one. I'm thinking either in the backyard, maybe in the lot, I don't know. I'll figure it out.
I drive a 2018 GMC Sierra. It's lifted 7.5 inches with 35-inch tires, and I have fuel rims. The first time I saw my truck, I was very excited, and like driving it, I'm like above everybody, so it's kind of cool to be that high. My truck right now is pretty good, but eventually I want to get a Ford F350 Super Duty so I can roll some coal. I love my truck, but there's one downside. I drive from Alva every day, so my gas mileage is horrible.
Great job, you two.
Those are some very cool cars, guys.
Now let's head to the gym to hang with Herding.
All right. Is it on or not?
Yeah.
I'm going to do a great one, and then you have to be like, oh, we didn't turn it on.
No, it's on.
Yeah, it's definitely on. Okay, ready? Here we go. Wait, somebody just messaged me. No, it's an email. I'll flip this over. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Hey, back at you, bro. Hang with Herding, Season 5, Episode 6. Yeah, 6. Guess what? Welcome, kids. It's fall. The leaves are changing. Kids are building snowmen. And we have coming up, the pilgrims are coming. That's in the fall. We have this thing coming up called Halloween. And I have got some of you maybe want to dress up as Spider-Man or Superman, or maybe you want to dress up like a ghost and scare the kids. But I have some great ideas here at Vero. Some great costumes that are going to be very popular. One, these are homemade costumes. They'll dazzle people all over town. One, you could be Mr. Novak. All you need is a short sleeve dress shirt and an arm sling. Bang, you're the Nove. What more would you want to be? Or you can be Miss Howe. All you need is a couple of birds. Walk around town, you got a couple birds, you're Miss Howe. There you go. She knows all about the birds. Next up, you want to be like a hipster kind of 70s cat? get a pot of gold, little beard and mustache, and some hip like 70s clothes, you could be Mr. Atkins. He looks like fresh out of 1975, and the look works for him. You could be, that's be a real cool costume. Or, here's a simple one. All you need to be Mike Gill is a white polo shirt, some khaki shorts, and some sawdust. Walking around town. Everybody like, hey, Mike Gill right there. Those are good things to be. Now, here are some things not to do. When you're handing out candy now, oh, yes, kids, oh, we can't poison these children with a Snickers or a Kit Kat, God forbid. No, people hand out like the little water bottle. No kid wants that. If a kid willingly accepts that, that is a lame kid on Halloween. Or the little bags of baby carrots. I mean, what are we doing here? Nobody wants that, right? Kids want the candy. Give them candy. And don't give them homemade stuff because people are scared. Nobody wants the carameled apple. Or nobody wants the, what's the other thing they give that's homemade? Popcorn ball. Nobody wants a snow cone. I went once, my neighbor was giving out snow cones. Nobody wants that. And you put it in the little pumpkin head bucket thing, it melts. Not good. So anyway, I'm going to be rocking the Joe Novak look for my Halloween party. You guys, be a Vero person. You'll look cool. Out. All right, play it. Let's see if it's any good.
Thanks, Coach. That's all the news we have for this week. I'm Oliver Garamone.
And I'm Tracy Smith. See you next time, Vero.